So today we're going to dive into this really simple, ancient story that has a surprisingly powerful lesson for our crazy modern lives. It's a parable about a farmer, and honestly, might just change the way you look at, well, everything. And that's really the big question this whole story hangs on. Think about it. We do this all the time, right? We instantly label things. A promotion is good news, a missed flight is bad news. But what if that first gut reaction, that immediate judgment, is missing the bigger picture entirely? All right, so let's meet our main character. He's a farmer in this tiny little village, and he's known for one incredible thing. No matter what happens to him, whether it's an absolute disaster or some kind of miracle, he stays calm, he stays positive. He has this amazing perspective on life, this deep sense of internal control. And trust me, his life is a total roller coaster. I mean, it would test anyone. One day, his only horse, his prized possession, just runs away, gone. But then, a little while later, it comes back, and it brings a whole herd of wild horses with it. Then, his son, while trying to tame one of these new horses, falls and breaks his leg. And finally, the army marches into town to draft every able-bodied young man for a brutal war. But his son gets passed over because of that broken leg. What a whirlwind, right? So when the horse first vanished, all his neighbors rushed over, just full of pity. "Oh, this is awful. Your luck is the worst." You know? To them, this was a clear-cut, undeniable disaster. But the farmer, he just kind of smiles calmly and says his usual thing, "Whatever happens is for the good. I trust in the process." And you can imagine, the villagers were just completely baffled. They didn't get this level of detachment at all. Okay, so fast forward a few weeks, the horse comes back with a whole wild herd. And guess who shows up again? The same villagers, but this time they're ecstatic for him. "You are the luckiest person alive. Losing that horse was the best thing that ever happened to you." And what does the farmer say? Yep, the exact same thing. No big party, no excitement, just this calm, centered trust. Whatever happens is for the good. Now the villagers are really scratching their heads. Like, how is he not celebrating this huge win? And then, boom, the accident happens. His son's leg is broken. The villagers rush back over, shaking their heads. "See, we knew it. Those horses were bad luck after all. This is just terrible for you." I think you can probably guess what the farmer said. The same calm, unwavering reply. At this point, you have to admit, his response to these huge emotional swings, it's almost mysterious. How does he do it? And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? After the army leaves, taking all their sons but leaving his behind, the villagers finally get it. They ask him for his secret. How, through all this so-called good luck and bad luck, does he maintain such an unshakable sense of peace? And the farmer explains that his peace, well, it's not magic. It's a practice. It's built on two very simple but incredibly powerful pillars of thinking. And this is where the story stops being just a story and starts becoming a user's manual for our own lives. Okay, pillar number one is this. Stop giving away your remote control. What a great way to put it. He basically says that when you listen too closely to what everyone else thinks, you're handing them the remote control to your own feelings. Let's break that down. When you're operating on external control, praise from others makes you feel amazing, and criticism makes you angry or sad. Someone else is always pushing your buttons. But the farmer, he operated on internal control. His peace came from the inside, which kept him centered and totally detached from the emotional roller coaster of other people's opinions. Now, the farmer's second pillar of peace is just as game-changing. He told the villagers to stop judging an event as good or bad the second it happens. It's like trying to understand an entire book by just reading a single line. It's impossible. This explains his logic perfectly. Life is this long, connected story. Something that feels absolutely terrible today might be the exact thing that leads to a wonderful outcome tomorrow. Think about it. His horse running away seemed bad, but it brought more horses. The horses seemed good, but they led to his son's injury. The injury seemed bad, but it saved his son from war. You see, you just don't have the whole story yet. So the big question is, how do we actually use this ancient wisdom today? How do we take back our own remote control and start seeing our lives as a full story, instead of just reacting to every single sentence? The farmer's biggest insight is all about personal control and knowing where to focus it. You cannot control what happens to you. The horse is going to run away sometimes. The army might come to town. But the one thing you always control is how you respond. Your actions and your thoughts. That, right there, is where your true power is. So we can actually boil the farmer's wisdom down into a super simple, practical framework. First, when something happens, just pause. Suspend that instant need to label it good or bad. Second, focus only on what you can actually do, the actions that are right there in your hands. And third, trust the larger process. Let go of trying to control the final outcome. And that really leaves us with a powerful question to take with us. The next time you face a setback, a disappointment, or something that just feels like rotten luck, ask yourself this. What if this isn't the end of the story? What if it's just a plot twist in a much bigger, more amazing narrative that's still being written?